Mr. Imaginary Cameraman, my grandfather once told me that back in the day you could walk into any grocery store with just $1 in your pocket and you could walk out with bread, eggs, milk, and butter. But not today. He said there are security cameras everywhere. Oh, hello everyone! Welcome back. I know you didn't come here to hear my stories. No, you came here to learn another self-working card trick. And I love this trick because it's a little bit different than a lot of other card tricks. So if you have a deck of cards, get it out and let's get right into it. Here we go. I have a packet of cards, but what we're going to do is we're going to create some chaos. And I always give my volunteer a choice. We can either deal a card or we could do a switch. We could switch cards like so. It's completely up to them. So let's say the first one they want to deal, and then they say they want to switch. Maybe they want to switch, and then they want to deal, switch, then deal, and again switch and deal, creating some real, if you will, some real chaos to our packet of cards here. And we're going to continue to create some chaos. I'm going to shuffle these cards like so, give them a nice little mix up like that, as you can see, just like so. And then again, I give them a free choice one more time. We can either deal or we can do a switch. So let's say maybe they want to switch, then they want to switch, then they want to deal, then they want to switch, then deal, and then switch. Again, completely up to them. And it really is completely in their hands, their control. So I remind them, I say, look, we have created some chaos here. It was completely up to them whether they wanted to deal cards or switch cards, creating chaos. We mixed it there in the middle. We did that other thing again where again they could have dealt or switched. And we created a lot of chaos. But with a little bit of magic, watch, we're actually going to bring some order to the chaos. Check it out. The ace to king is in perfect order. How amazing is that? Isn't that cool? I love it. And it's totally self-working. I'll show you a little special shuffle in the middle. That's not really a shuffle. It's more like cutting the deck. It's worth learning because it's something we use in a lot of tricks. And it really is pretty simple. So if you have a deck of cards, get it out. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your cards in order from ace to king. I've chosen the suit of hearts, but you can use any suit. Doesn't really matter. I have them in order so that the ace is on top and that the king is on the bottom. And then the other thing you're going to want to do is take a pencil and you're going to want to mark your ace, and you're going to want to put a pencil dot here and a pencil dot here. That way you can actually locate that card later when we do that little special shuffle in the middle of the trick. So again, ace is on top, king is on the bottom. The ace is marked with two little pencil dots. Okay, that way you can see it when you're going through the packet. Okay, now once this is done, you're ready to go. You explain that you're going to give the volunteer a choice. We can either deal or we can do a switch. Now, it's important you know that I use the word switch. I don't say reverse. Don't say reverse. Instead, I say we can either deal or we can do a switch. Okay, now here's what's amazing. I'm going to show you that no matter what they decide, it doesn't matter. All you're really going to do is you're going to end up reversing the order of the cards. So instead of there being an ace to king, it's going to be king down to ace. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say they were to only say they want to deal the entire packet, which they wouldn't do. But if they were to deal, right, and they did deal, all you're really doing is you are reversing the cards. You're not changing the order of the cards. You're just reversing the order of the cards. Just like that. Okay? It's still going to stay ace to king. Now, let's say they say they want to deal, but then the next two they want to do a switch. Watch what happens. When we do a switch, this is the ace, right? This next card is the 2, and this next card is the 3. If they were to say switch, we switch the top 2 cards and we drop them on top. Do you see what has happened? Really nothing. It just continues to reverse the order of the cards. This is an ace, this is a 2, and this is a 3. Nothing has changed. Maybe they say they want a deal. I'm now putting a 4 down. Maybe the next two they say they want to switch. Okay, this is a 5 and this is a 6, but all I'm doing is reversing those cards and throwing them on top. It's still reversing the order of the cards. When they say deal, they say deal. Maybe they say switch, maybe they say switch, and they say deal. Now look, nothing really has changed except now the king is on top and the ace is on the bottom of the packet. Isn't that funny? The human brain has a hard time comprehending that. It seems like it's really mixing them up, but all you're doing is reversing the order of the cards. Now, you're going to do a special little shuffle that's really a cut. What you're going to do is you're going to take the cards. I'm holding them in my left hand. You're going to thumb off maybe like 2 or 3 cards, and you're going to put them into your other hand. Then what you're going to do is with the same packet, you're now going to, with your fingers on the bottom, you're just going to push over some cards, maybe 2 or 3. And whatever cards you push off the bottom are going to go on top of this packet, like so. Then you're going to push cards off the top, and whatever you push off the top goes onto the bottom. And then whatever cards you finger off from the bottom, they go on top. And then this last packet I just put on the bottom. Okay? Now, what you've technically done, it looks like a shuffle, but what you've technically done is you've cut the packet of cards. Now, whenever you cut a packet of cards, it may change what the starting card and the end card is, but it does not change the cyclical order of the cards. See how the ace is next to the 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then if we were to go all the way over to here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. So it doesn't change the order of the cards. Watch again. I push cards from the top, they go into this hand. Then I push cards from the bottom, and they go on top. Whatever comes off the bottom goes on top. Whatever comes off the top goes on the bottom. And then again, whatever comes off the bottom goes on top, and whatever's left goes on the bottom. Okay? And again, nothing has really changed. The end cards have changed, but it still keeps them in their cyclical order. Ace, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. Okay? Just like that. So again, let me show you that shuffle one more time. Whatever I take off the top goes into this hand. Whatever I take off the bottom goes on top. Whatever my fingers take off the top go on the bottom. Whatever my fingers take off the bottom go on top. And then this last packet goes on the bottom. Just like that. Again, doesn't really change anything. Interestingly enough, in this case, it left it in perfect order. Let me show you that shuffle again. Whatever goes off the top goes into my hand. Whatever goes off the bottom goes on top. Whatever goes off the top goes on the bottom. Whatever goes off the bottom goes on top. And then the last packet goes on the bottom. Okay? And again, just like that. Now, once you've done this shuffle, you now need to fix the order so that the end cards is going to be the king and the ace. So what I do is I go through, and that's what the pencil dot is for. I'm going to go through the cards until I get to the pencil dot. All the cards above it, including the pencil dot, I'm going to throw down onto the table. The remaining packet I'm going to throw on top. And all I've basically done is I fixed it back so that the king is on top and the ace is on the bottom. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do that thing I did in the very beginning where they have a choice of deal or switch, so that we reverse the order of the cards one more time. So maybe they say deal, they say switch, they say switch, they say switch, they say deal, deal, they say switch, and maybe they say switch. And again, now everything is back to where it was originally, with the ace on top and the king on the bottom. Now you pause here and you remind your audience, hey, we created some chaos. Remind them of everything they did. They could have dealt, they could have switched the cards. It was completely up to them. We did a little shuffle there in the middle. We cut the packet as well. And then we gave them a choice. Again, they could deal, they could switch. But here's what's amazing. Even though we've created chaos, we're going to try to bring some order to the chaos. With a snap of the finger, check it out. All of the cards are my friends. In perfect order. Ace all the way up to king. How amazing is that? Isn't that crazy? I love that trick. If you do, please do hit like. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Oh, and by the way, if you have a fellow magician, make sure you share my channel with them. Don't be a hoarder. That's kind of rude. Seriously, I hope you like this trick. Now go and be amazing.